Okay, today is Easter, so happy Easter 2019. Tappy is down there. Wait, Tappy. Oh. Anyway, so today we're going to make pistachio macarons, vegan pistachio macarons, the French little macarons that are like crunchy and yummy. And so we're gonna attempt to make those, me and my sister. And yeah, we need to shell all our pistachios first, so that's gonna take a long time, I think. So let's start. Are you ready to start, Tappy? Are you ready? Are you ready? Do you hear her purring? So we're just cleaning the kitchen first because the kitchen's kind of dirty. So this is pretty ugly. It's just like we're using this salad bowl that we had a salad out of this morning. And that's our progress. So far we've shelled those ones. We still have this much to go. Okay, so now we have finished shelling the pistachios and we opened up a can of chickpeas to get some of the aquafaba from it, which is chickpea brine. And I already have some chickpea brine in the fridge that I put in a mason jar, or aka aquafaba. And this is what we're gonna use for the egg yolk, according to the recipe that we're gonna use. So the recipe is from dpleblanc.wordpress.com, and so their blog post is called Step-by-Step Vegan Pistachio French Macarons. And yeah, so that's the website we're gonna use. And it just says to cook the chickpea brine. I think that's the first thing you do. So you have to make the shells by simmering the chickpea liquid in a small pan over a medium heat until it has reduced to 1/3 cup. But how much did they start with? Chickpea brine. 3 out of 4 cup water drained from a can of chickpeas or chickpea brine. So they started with, oh wait, is that? Until it has reduced to a 1/3. So they started with 3/4 and then reduced it to 1/3 cup. So let's simmer the chickpea aquafaba. Now we are blending. You see? We're trying to grind them into small pieces. Okay, so maybe we cooked the chickpea brine for too long because we don't have enough, so I guess I'll cook more, but hopefully we won't overcook it again because we can't afford for more of it to evaporate because we don't have that much. And Joyce is, what are you doing? Putting this pistachio into this measuring cup. We're not sure how fine it needs to be, but we're using a tea strainer because we don't have any other sieve. So yeah, the progress is slow. Okay, so now I put some almond flour into a mixing bowl. And I didn't like sieve it or whatever, but it's already like almond flour, so it's already pretty fine. It's just that there's these balls. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll just keep stirring or declumping them. This looks so green in the camera. Oh yeah, there's toothpaste here because earlier we were trying to clean the kitchen. Anyway, this looks very green and pretty.
都400块钱进去。
Yeah.
那是多少钱啊？
300 from the scholarship and 100 from the
Together? Oh, in that.
tax credit.
哦，就是19号你不是才刚回来？
Yeah.
那是我们20号才去存的吧？是不是？是这个呀？
Yeah.
昨天嘛，对不对？不是19号，因为19号你才回来，对不对？哦，但是妈妈看那个银行写的是19号，哦，大概是，反正它归到19号去的，
This is just a shot of me stirring, and my mom and my sister are speaking Mandarin in the
我在以前
background.
存的钱啊。
Trying to get rid of these clumps. Does it even matter that there's clumps though? I don't know. Anyway, this is like taking so long. Like this recipe, to make this recipe, it's like 4 hours or like, wait, what time?
Talking to us.
What?
Was mom talking to us?
Mom was talking to you.
No, like right now, just when she was yelling in the bedroom.
I don't remember. She was yelling?
I don't know, it sounded like she was saying something.
I don't know. She was saying something to you just now.
I know, she was here. I mean, after she went back to the room.
I don't remember anything. I was too busy thinking about what to...
做 dinner 还是在干嘛？妈妈
We're making dessert.
几时了？那妈妈什么时候吃晚餐？妈妈自己热一点东西吃嘛。你肚子不饿是吧？
No. I'm gonna eat my pizza.
这个披萨你要吃。
I'm gonna eat that pizza slice later.
把这个菜吃一吃，还有一点饭妈妈吃一吃。
Okay.
那 Joyce 你吃什么啊？
吃那个 congee.
稀饭还有啊？
Yeah, I put
你放
it in the fridge.
那么一点点呢。
I didn't finish it.
妈妈炒个饭吧，把这个中午的饭跟这个炒一炒吧。
Okay, wait. I don't touch that.
妈妈，等一下，妈妈把这个，妈妈先弄一点东西吃一下。
Where's the chickpea? Cup of chickpea. Whoa, I almost spilled it. Where's the cup of chickpea liquid? Where is everything? Where's my cup of chickpea liquid? Okay, I found my chickpea brine, aquafaba, whatever you want to call it. Do you think this is 1/3? I guess it is, right? This says it's 2/3, so confusing. What's this then? So this is like about 1/3, but then here it says half. And it looks like it's almost half a cup. So I don't really get it, but whatever. Well, I guess we'll go off of, I don't know. Okay, I've decided that to speed things up, I'm gonna go to the dollar store and buy a sieve. Dedication. Okay, so I went to the first store I went to. It was like 5 minutes till it was closings, and they didn't even have strainers. And then I went to another store, Walmart, and they had this, so I bought this, and I guess we'll try to work with this. That was a lot of effort. Look how well this worked. It really separated the clumps from the fine particles of sand flour thingies, almond flour. I think, oops, well, that was a mess. I just spilled some of them in there. Oh, great. This is what happens when you're trying to vlog. Oi. I think you have to make it more stiff and glossy, or whatever that means. So this is the aquafaba. It turned white after we mixed it, and then we added some white sugar to the bowl. It was yellow before, the aquafaba, and now it's white. Cool, right? Okay, so we added food coloring, some green and mostly green, and then a little drop of blue. It looks kind of white on the camera, but in real life I think it looks greener. And I guess we're gonna just eat the meringue from here. It's not focusing. Oh, there it is. And we're gonna add this to that. I want to watch Big Brother right now, but I also have to do the pistachio macarons, obviously. This is a dilemma.
Yeah, freshen up. Don't cover up for breeze.
I think I literally lost my glasses at the POV Film Festival I went to yesterday. And today, this morning, I bought sangak. This is just some random updates that I want to tell you about. But it's so good. And I always eat it with black olive hummus because that's what Shireen and I eat it with. Oh, really good. Sangak is a type of Persian bread. Anyway.
No problem.
Yeah.
Are they the right size?
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. They need to be more even, I think.
What do you mean even?
Like the tops. Because these are supposed to be the macaron cookie side, right? You know, like, I don't know if these like unevenness on the top is good. Because like in their picture it was kind of even looking. Like a puddle. So this is what they look like. We're just gonna let them set for 2 hours. There's also this one. And we have so much of this left over, so I guess I'll just eat it, even though it's like really fattening. But I don't want it to go to waste, so I'll just eat it. So I guess I'll eat like this bowl of leftovers. So this is the story of how I gained a lot of weight very fast. So we have a big mess that I'm gonna clean up now. Lots of stuff to clean. And we made this filling. It's supposed to be a bit more, how do you say, like thick? But I feel like, oh, it's kind of getting thick. Well, we were worried that it wasn't thick enough, so I think it's getting thick now, though. That's good, it's thick. Time to do dishes. Okay, so I will let you join me on the exciting venture of washing these last few dishes. Woohoo! I feel like eating all that sugar has made my stomach feel kind of weird. I probably should not have done that, but I just didn't want it to go to waste. Like, I'm not somebody who, I just hate seeing food go to waste, so I always like clean my plate and everything, so I don't know. Hopefully I'm not gonna gain too much weight from that. But I already feel myself gaining weight, like I can feel myself gaining weight. Anyway. So I think that we won't be able to eat the actual pistachio macarons until tomorrow, I guess. Because they have to go into the fridge, I think, overnight after we bake them. So I don't know, I guess like this recipe is technically like a 2-day ordeal, and we're not gonna be able to eat them and finish the recipe until later on. Which is fun. I mean, I feel like this might be like a norm with baking. I don't know. I think it's kind of a norm. Is to like refrigerate things overnight and then yeah, so That's why I don't like baking. And also there's so much mess afterwards. And all you're doing when you're baking is just like, you know, making food that makes you, I mean, it's yummy, but it's not healthy food. I don't know how to get this out. Oh, it's on this side, no wonder. Whenever I wash dishes, I always wash dishes for like a really abnormally long time because I feel like if you don't take a lot of time with it, you're gonna miss a spot. So I probably waste like a lot of water and soap, but I don't know. To me, this is just the way I do it. I don't have any other better way to do it. Me and my sister on May 3rd, we're gonna be going to Shanghai. So I'm gonna take the G7X slate with me and vlog that. So that's gonna be cool, I think. Okay, I am done. I'll just wash my hands, I guess. I'm just wearing my fanny pack. If that's something you're wondering about. So we have 1 hour and 10 minutes left of waiting for these little macaron shells to set. I set the timer on the oven. See, we have 1 hour and 10 minutes to go before we can bake them. So it's 11:04 p.m. I am so tired, but now it's finally time to put them into the oven. And I have to set the oven to under 200 Fahrenheit and let them be in there until, I think it's 20 minutes. So let's put them in. I'm just gonna set the temperature under 200 Fahrenheit. So I'll just go 197, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe that's not a thing you can do. Okay, 195 Fahrenheit. Oh, it's preheating, but whatever. I don't know, because it said to put it into a cold oven, so it's preheating for 4 minutes. Whatever, I'll just put them in. And I think it's supposed to be on the center tray, so I just put them in kind of like vertical, maybe. Oh wait, I have to test the, I need to test the thing to make sure it doesn't really stick to your fingers. It still kind of does stick to my fingers. I mean, I don't know, it's like weird. Whatever. So they just said they stacked them, or they stacked theirs. I'll just put it like this. I think it's okay like this. Okay. So, set a timer. Set it for, let's just do 22 minutes. Because it's still preheating, it just preheats automatically. I'll just go 23 minutes, I guess. But I don't know if it'll do that because it's already on a timer for the preheat. I don't know. I'll just wait, I guess. I am so sleepy. Okay, well, I was really hoping to not fail at this, but they're like burnt, even though I only baked them for 5 minutes and like the alarm started going off. I don't know what I did wrong. They're burnt in 5 minutes and it said to bake for 20, so don't know what I did wrong. So this is a fail. All that work, all that time for burnt, and plus they're not even like solidified. Like, I don't know, I don't get it. Like in the middle they're still soft, so I don't know why this is happening. And the alarm started going off because there's so much smoke coming from the oven, and I don't know what to say. It said to bake the macarons for 20 minutes before turning off the oven and leaving them in there for 15 minutes, and then opening the door and leaving them in there for a further 15 minutes. Like silicone mat. Well, they use like different types of wax paper. Is wax paper for baking? I thought that. Is this for baking? Well, maybe it's not for baking. You're the one who bought me this. You should have bought me parchment paper, maybe. Maybe this is not for baking. Can you bake with wax paper? I don't know. Joyce, can you bake with wax paper?
No, the recipe say they use it. 这里有说是做什么用的吗？
I don't know if you can bake with wax paper. Can you, Joyce? You're the baker.
It says make baking easier, so I guess we can.
Okay, well. So the reason that it keeps burning every time I use this wax paper in the oven is because you can't use wax paper in the oven, and now I know that. I'm so exhausted, so I took off my eyelashes. But anyway, if I wasn't so exhausted, I would find this funny that all this time I've been baking with this wax paper that my mom brought because, well, that she bought, I mean to say, because I asked her to get more parchment paper and she was like, okay, and then she bought this. And it said wax paper on it, and I was like, oh, it's probably the same thing. So I was just using it as if it's parchment paper, and no wonder the chocolate chip cookies I made last time, they burnt really fast too, and it was because of the wax paper, because wax paper burns. And yeah, so it's kind of funny that I didn't even realize until now, until I looked it up now. Well, we'll see if we can salvage these, guess. So what was supposed to happen is that the macarons were supposed to have feet, but ours don't have that. Like the feet is like the little stuff that's like underneath the macaron that after it rises is like little feet, but mine doesn't have that, so I don't know. I also don't really know how I'm gonna get it off the wax paper. Like maybe it'll work out because I got it off of the, when I did the cookies, the chocolate chip cookies, I got them off the wax paper fine. But we'll find out. We're having like Chinese visa application drama right now because the website's not working and we are supposed to go into the office tomorrow. Lol, so I got like one of the little pieces, one of the cookie shells off, and it's so flat. Looks like this. I mean, I didn't really expect us to fully succeed at making macarons on the first try. On the back it looked like this. But, you know, It's an attempt. Whereas this one, see, I don't think this one can be salvaged because, look, the wax paper, it's completely black on the back and the wax paper stuck to it, so I guess we'll have to throw this away, but it's such a waste of food. Okay, I ate a bit of this, like from the top, not the burnt part. I ate a bit of the top, and I have to say, it's actually really good, but you know, still garbage. So because we couldn't bake them for very long, they are just like marshmallow mush, and they're not like crispy, crunchy cookies because we couldn't like bake them for too long because the wax paper would burn, and you know. So the ones that were most burnt were most cookie-like because they were the most burnt, and then the ones that weren't cooked enough, they're just like marshmallows, I guess. They're like sticky marshmallows. So these are the cookies that we made, the macarons, the disaster. There's a lot of filling left. Well, I don't know what to do with it. And this is all the wax paper's fault. I feel like this would have turned out way, way better if we had parchment paper or silicone mat. So, oh, they're moving on their own. They have a mind of their own. Okay, well, I hope they don't stick to each other. Do you think they're gonna stick to each other in the fridge? I don't know. Well, this is our masterpiece. They don't taste awful or anything. It's just that they're not macarons. They're marshmallows. The more burnt ones are like cookies. But yeah, cookies still aren't macarons. Macarons are like, well, they're a type of cookie, but they're special, I guess. Anyway, it's time to put this in the fridge now, and we'll see how they taste tomorrow morning, and I'll vlog that too. I'll vlog us eating them, I guess, but it's probably still gonna taste like a marshmallow. But that's that. Alright, so it's the next morning, and we're gonna go into the fridge and look at these macarons and see if, I mean, I think they will taste good, but just that they're not macarons. They're not, you know, what I was planning for. And I am pretty sure that they would have worked out perfectly if we didn't have wax paper. If we just used parchment paper or a silicone mat instead of wax paper, then I think it would have worked out pretty good. Where do I put you? This is not high enough. Okay. I always just stack a bunch of things, so. Okay, well that's not stable. Okay, well I'll just keep holding the camera then. Okay. Oh no, they got kind of like mushed up. Maybe the container wasn't airtight enough, I don't know. They look a bit mushy, some of them. Look at the shape of them. Looks weird. Are they stuck together? Yeah, a little. Okay, well. Okay. It's super sweet. They're really good though. They do taste like my pistachio because instead of vanilla extract, I used almond extract. And that gives it that like artificial pistachio taste, which is what I want. Anyway, these are really good though. Mom, do you want one? It's just that they are stuck together. Damn, this one's stuck together really hard.
It's like stuck together, so just eat the whole thing.
中间是饼干啊。
It's all cookie. Let me get a video of you. Wait. She says it's good.
只是你们花太多时间了。
Yeah, and we didn't make it properly. I think it would have turned out way better if we didn't use wax paper. Because that's why it's squishy. Because we couldn't bake it for that long. But if we could have just used like parchment paper, then it wouldn't, because we just didn't bake it, so that's why it's sticky. So, yeah, there you have it. They're all stuck together. Okay. Bye.